I know what this place is. The timekeepers have built quite the circus. And I see the clowns are playing their parts to perfection.
So we just got the release of Marvel's Loki on Disney Plus, and it's just about as good as we were expecting. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Brandon, and this is Film Flair, where we discuss anything and everything that makes film and television great. So be sure to subscribe, and let's talk about a great show. Now, this show picks up after the events of Endgame, where the Avengers change the timeline and Loki ends up with the Tesseract in their botched attempt to steal it. In that alternate version of Loki, after he escapes the Avengers, was immediately captured by the Time Variance Authority. But rather than just being erased from existence, he gets roped into working with the TVA in order to help them stop a far greater threat from altering history. And off the bat, I think it's funny how the Avengers are the ones who went meddling with time, but it's Loki who gets an even far worse punishment than what he originally was supposed to.
You see, I only came into possession of the Tesseract because they traveled through time.
What they did was supposed to happen. You escaping was not.
And this Loki doesn't quite feel the same as the one from 2012's Avengers. He just doesn't have the same spite and hatred for everyone as he did back then. Instead, this version feels like 2017's Loki pretending to be the angry version of himself from earlier. And then he winds up settling down somewhere between the two of them. Either way, Tom Hiddleston is absolutely fantastic to watch in this character once again.
Honestly, you're pathetic. An irrelevance. A detour. A footnote to my ascent.
But the surprise standout for me was Owen Wilson, a character that carries himself with the kind of quiet confidence as Agent Mobius isn't something I've seen from him in a long time, but he still manages to pull it off flawlessly and even holds his own against Tom, who's had over a decade to learn and perfect his character. Agent Mobius just might be the perfect match for the God of Mischief.
Big metaphor guy. I love it. Makes you sound super smart.
I am smart.
I know.
Okay. Okay.
The two of them together really felt like Bucky's therapy session put on steroids, and it was fun to watch the TVA really break Loki down, even managing to humble the trickster without really trying.
Even an infinity stone is useless here. TVA is formidable.
I mean, Loki was basically a god. Yet here is an organization with multiples of infinity stones, the holy grails of the universe, and something Loki has been trying to track down for years. But they don't even care. They just use them as office trinkets.
We actually got a lot of those. Yeah, some of the guys use them as paperweights.
And to have all of their power put his accomplishments and aspirations into perspective had him going from being so sure of himself and trying to escape to rethinking his entire life in the span of minutes.
Is this the greatest power in the universe?
And then just having his whole life play before his very eyes was just the nail in the coffin. I don't think I ever realized that Loki had such a direct hand in his mother's death, and there's certainly no way for him to have ever known that either. That knowledge in itself would definitely do a number on anybody, no matter how powerful. But then on top of that, seeing one's own death is more than enough to change anyone's perspective. Now, as a result of all of that introspection and setup, the first episode was a bit slow. But while it did have to introduce the whole TVA to both Loki and the audience, I'm really glad the show trusted the audience enough to understand the time travel portions of it with minimal explanation thanks to the concept's introduction in Endgame. But it did a great job of introducing the TVA, their job, their history, and all of it in a way that made sense and helped move the story forward. The pilot also did a good job of teasing the villain of the series before that twist reveal at the end.
The variant we're hunting is you. I beg your pardon?
Rather than holding back the villain for another episode or two, the show comes right out and tells you upfront who it is, and it's an interesting choice that actually makes a lot of sense in the context of the show.
Why me?
I need your unique Loki perspective.
I'm also really excited to see what the show does moving forward now that that's out of the way and we can get straight into the action and fun of it all from here on out. This show is only slated to have 6 episodes, so I'm expecting the next 5 of them to be a fast ride from here on out. All in all, the pilot of Loki was a ton of fun, which is exactly what I think we were all expecting from it. There were times the episode felt like a straight up comedy that was just pausing for moments of sincerity, and I think the genre works really well with what the show was trying to go for. Tom and Owen also managed to balance both the serious and the lighthearted tones really well, and I had a smile on my face from start to finish.
You can trust me.
Loki, I've studied almost every moment of your entire life. You've literally stabbed people in the back like 50 times.
I'd never do it again.
But what are your thoughts on Loki? Let me know in the comments below. It's available now for streaming on Disney Plus with new episodes airing Wednesdays. But before you go and watch that, please do be sure to give this a like and subscribe for more reviews like this. We've got new content coming out every week. But until next time, have a great day and don't forget to watch a great movie. Bye.
You really believe in this Loki variant?
Luckily, he believes in himself enough for the both of us.